Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the official Solid Bowl podcast, the podcast in which we take your favorite topics about the world, toss them into a bowl, mix them up with a blind fork, and call it content. I'm joined today with Watermelon and me. Watermelon, say hi.
And me. Hello.
Today we're going to be talking about porn. And
No,
only
we're not.
porn.
We're not talking about that. We're actually talking about, what was it? Halloween shower thoughts and toxic YouTube fans?
Yes.
Yeah. So you know more about the YouTube fans than I. So
I will be
that
spearheading
one,
YouTube fans.
yeah.
But we're going to get started with our first topic. Halloween. It is spook season, ladies and gentlemen. And in the honor of spook, we're doing Halloween.
Oh, you know what you need to put up for this picture?
Hmm.
You need to put up your your wallpaper for your
A
PC.
shark eating cheeseburger.
No, what? You're supposed to keep the spooky shark.
It is still the spooky shark.
Oh
Now I'm gonna Photoshop a cheese.
no, no, it's gotta be spooky. It's actually not that spooky.
It's spooky for me. Every time I look at it, I get anxiety.
Oh, it reminds me of that time you told me you did that caged shark experience in VR.
Mm-hmm. I had a panic attack.
I only wish I was there.
Okay, quick story actually about that.
Actually, what?
It was very interesting. So what you do was you put on the headset, and the whole experience is that you're in a cage, of course, and the shark comes up and he starts rattling on the cage, and then eventually you hear a loud creak noise, and the bottom of the cage pops off, and then the whole cage falls apart, and you're in open water. And so then the shark swims around you, and then he waits. It like waits until you're looking at the shark. Well, of course you're looking at the shark, but like then it comes right at you, and then the experience ends. So I was already hyperventilating by the time I was in the cage and the shark was rattling around. But when the bottom went out, I went from you gonna kill the dogs? But the minute the bottom came out and the whole cage fell apart, the shark was moving around, and my hyperventilating quickly turned into sheer panic. And then once the shark ran up to me, my whole body went into defense mode, and I punched the guy in front of me, and then my body shut down, and I had a panic attack.
Who'd you punch? Hey!
Some random guy.
It's some random guy.
Yeah.
That
Because
reminds me
I was hanging out with
of,
friends. And we were using my headset to do it. And so they had me put it on because they knew I had a fear of the ocean. So I had a panic attack, and they had to like the few girls there had to sit there and just be like, it's okay. Well, my brain was just stop. They literally stopped working. I didn't get back up for a whole 15 minutes.
At least you didn't have like earphones in, because like once you're like trapped in that world, it's so much worse. Because that reminds me of a couple of months ago, I got like this Doctor Who VR game. It's a little short thing, but there's like different levels you can do, and as a kid, I watched Doctor Who when I was like really young, and so at the time, Weeping Angels were terrifying to me. So much so that I would have nightmares for years with Weeping Angels in them because I was so young, and so because of that, like they've always kind of had like a creepy place in my heart, I guess you could say. And so when I had to deal with Weeping Angels in VR, oh boy, oh boy. Originally what happened is as the level was starting and the character said my spidey senses are tingling, and I assumed that that was a reference, was like a foreshadow of like spider creatures. And I was saying, if I have to deal with giant spiders, I am never playing this game again. And I was gonna hold up to that. And so like the area was really spooky, and I was getting all I needed to do, and then like I was putting candles by a painting, and like this old woman was getting closer and closer to the like painting to me, and eventually the screen went black, and suddenly there was a weeping angel like painting with its hand reaching out at me, and completely caught me off guard. And if you don't know weeping angels, which I'm sure you do, but for anyone listening, they're these creatures that when you look at them they turn to stone, but when you look away they're like really fast, and they go up to you and attack you basically.
The Weeping
um
Angels are also the inspiration for the Peanut SCP.
Yeah, and so you need to always be looking at the weeping angels. And so I backed up to a corner and I was staring at that weeping angel, hyperventilating, like extremely bad. I couldn't move from the corner. I kept like trying to like move around, look around, and I couldn't. My body physically wouldn't let me. And so eventually I had to close out the game. But that tells you how scared of spiders I am, because I was willing to get back into the game and go through it. Whereas if it was spiders, I would have just never.
I don't mind spiders.
Never. I have severe arachnophobia. Um,
There was a thing at my school where they brought exotic animals in, and they had like snakes and stuff, and they had a tarantula. These
mm-mm.
motherfuckers. I didn't want to hold a tarantula because I knew that if I fucked it up, the thing would be pissed off and beat my ass. Uh, so the handlers passed the spider right across my face, about a few inches from it. And ever
Mm,
since then, I've never been afraid of spiders.
yeah, see, I got like extreme um arachnophobia that's only gotten worse over the years. So much so like I've had to like kill spiders because like usually when I see them, like everyone else is asleep. And I obviously don't want that thing wandering around. And like seriously start hyperventilating and like sweating and shaking. My heart starts pounding. Like seriously go to full on like freak out, like fight or flight mode when a spider comes in, and I'm like, this thing will do nothing to me. Like it is not even like a hundredth of my size, and will run away from me. But it just, I can't help but freak out. I remember one time there was one on my ceiling that I was trying to get, and it fell onto my bed as I was trying to hit it, and I I shrieked. I straight up shrieked. Ugh,
Yeah,
I just
see,
I can't deal
not
with spiders.
afraid of
Spiders.
yeah, not afraid of spiders. I'm not afraid of anything except for the ocean. The
See,
fucking ocean is like
that's
a deep
interesting.
rooted fear of mine.
That's interesting because I actually one of these days, my mom doesn't necessarily have a fear of sharks. I mean, she kind of does, but her fear more lies with like not seeing the shark until like having like murky water and suddenly it's just there. Like that scares her more. Um, but she still doesn't like sharks. And so one of these days, if I ever like get a good paying job, I want to take
You're
her
gonna
out
put your
onto a
mother in a shark cage?
I want to take her out onto a trip and swim with sharks.
You're fucking crazy.
Sharks are actually fairly
I
peaceful.
would be 6 feet in the ground before you can get me in the ocean.
Sharks are actually fairly peaceful.
I would
Like
rather live
there's
and
there's one shark that's aggressive,
I
like
would
towards humans.
rather go to the fucking Paris catacombs and explore the uncharted zone than fucking swim in the ocean.
You know that whole thing of like if you have a drop of blood, like a shark will come after you. Yeah, that's not how it works because
No. Sharks
since
can
they
smell blood like that, but it's
they
not
can
for
smell blood, but
humans.
they won't go after mammal blood because it's just not in
No,
their
they go after
diet.
mammal
Like
blood. It's just
no,
that you
no,
don't
no,
look
no.
like the mammal they hunt. They go after seals. You don't look like a seal. Most shark
Like,
attacks are because of mistakes.
well, okay, yeah, but they won't go like for like land creatures. They won't
Well, if you'll
go
notice,
for any of them.
most
Most land creatures' blood
most
smells the same.
most shark attacks are usually by accident, and if you've
Hmm.
noticed, most shark attacks are from surfers, and surfers look like seals.
Yeah. So it's like honestly, like you could swim with like 100 sharks, and as long as you don't have fish blood on you, you'll be fine.
Now, there is one thing where if you're in the deep ocean and you like the Titanic, or there's another one where it was a navy ship was crashed, the sharks will fucking eat you. um if you bleed enough in the ocean, they will fucking get you.
Cause weak prey, right?
Yeah, it's not because they're hostile. They just know that this man is weak and I'm going to yoink him.
I mean, if you're bleeding that much, you might as well be dead, right?
Well,
Like,
it's also kind of like the main thing with shark attacks. You try to get out of the waters as fast as possible if there's blood in it. And so if you're in the waters for more than like an hour, it's like there's a certain threshold between like when the shark is like hunting or just like looking around and the shark is actually attacking things.
yeah, if you're in the water for an hour bleeding that badly, you might as well be dead. So it's like sharks.
Don't
The
let the
only
shark get you though. That shit's terrifying.
the most aggressive shark is probably, I think it's called a bull shark.
Nope.
That's like that's like the
The
only shark
tiger
that will
shark
actually
is the
target.
most territorial and the most aggressive shark. It's the
Yeah, but they
shark
don't
that cuz
hunt humans
oh,
like
there's no
bull
shark
sharks
that
do.
hunts humans.
Bull sharks are known for killing humans,
Let me look.
and I think
Did
bull
you know you're
sharks
more likely to get attacked by a barracuda than a fucking shark?
you're actually more likely to get crushed by a vending machine than get killed by a shark. Which is a very true statistic. Um, but I think bull sharks are also the only shark that can swim in fresh water.
Yeah, bull sharks are
So when
salmon sharks.
so when people didn't know that bull sharks could be in fresh water, they didn't
Oh
believe
my god,
people
Mako
when
sharks.
they didn't believe people when they were saying that sharks were attacking people at lakes because it's like, oh, they can only survive in salt water.
Bull sharks
Huh?
have 69 unprovoked attacks on humans, which basically means the human didn't do anything and the shark beat their ass.
Yeah,
On
bull
the
sharks
other
are
side of the
are known
coin,
for.
the tiger shark is the most territorial shark, which means if you accidentally swim into its turf, it will beat your ass.
Yeah, but there's a difference between territorial and predatorial.
Oh yeah,
Bull sharks are very predatorial.
bull sharks are assholes. Those I'm not actually. Well, I'm afraid of great whites. Those things are fucking huge. Do you know how great whites hunt?
If
They grab you and drag you until you drown.
whales are really great hunters actually, because they'll actually like they'll take their
They'll
air
kill you
from
with the
and
sheer velocity of. Have you ever seen how orcas hunt? These motherfuckers.
well, okay, whales will hunt by like blowing out the air in the water, creating like a sphere of bubbles around their prey so they can't see, so they're all disoriented, and then they'll swim down and come up from underneath. So cool.
So, orcas. These crazy motherfuckers. So they mostly hunt seals. And what they do is they usually will fucking punt it into the air at such a velocity that the seal fucking dies.
Mm.
Like these and they've done it to
No.
humans too. Orcas are so fucking aggressive, it's not even funny.
For- if if I ever got a good paying job, would you go on a trip with me to go to a shallow dive with sharks?
I don't know. I seriously can't answer that question because I don't know how much my fear would be overriding compared to what it is. I have a fear of going into fucking lakes. You think I'm gonna make it in the ocean?
Well, that's why I said shallow water. Because like not being able to see the bottom is absolutely mortifying.
I'll think about it. Either way, we've been off topic for a whole 15 minutes now.
Yeah.
Halloween!
Well, we kind of been talking about that. Kind of spooks and scares, right?
Oh,
Spiders
fucking-
are one of the most popular spooky, scary things for Halloween.
That is wrong. It is ghost.
I said one of the most, not the most.
What is the most popular?
Probably the Grim Reaper.
Probably ghost.
I mean, or like werewolves.
Wow, you were right.
Werewolves?
No, the Grim Reaper.
Oh yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, these are scary creatures. Oh, never mind. This website wants me to get rid of my ad blocker. You can piss off. Werewolf,
Can you also,
Frankenstein,
while you're at it,
vampire, witch.
while you're at it, can you also like turn off your firewall?
The Grim Reaper.
No
clowns.
particular reason.
Y'all fucking remember when clowns used to chase people around and shit?
I remember there was one year, years ago, when I was really young and really, really gullible, when it was like early middle school, maybe late elementary school, when there was a scare around our town, actually, like only a town or two away, where there were these killer clowns going around, like people dressed up as clowns going around just murdering people, and which was completely a joke, by the way, and
So you
a
don't
prank.
remember the most recent one?
No, but like,
Oh,
but that time, like, I was
what a
so
time to be alive.
scared, like I was legitimately like having or like not, I was so paranoid, like I was like legitimately hearing things, and it was like in the middle of the night, and like I was like, I went into my mom's room because I was like, again, really, really young, and I'm just like, I swear to God, I just heard a clown laughing outside my bedroom. I was so scared for my life. And the next day, I'm told, yeah, no, that was a joke. Everyone knew for like a while now. I'm like, what?
So, back in 2016, people decided that it would be really fucking funny dress up in clown costumes and sit at the end of dark roads and shit and chase cars and shit and just be fucking creepy. And it was called the 2016 Clown Panic.
That sounds familiar, actually.
And yeah, it was a really interesting time to be alive.
That would have been when we were in 8th grade, right?
When I
Or
was
at
in
least
8th
I would have
grade.
been in 8th grade.
I was in freshman year.
Yeah, so I would have been in 8th grade.
I was still dating my ex at the time. I think I only encountered one
Which
clown.
one?
Shut up! You're making it sound like I'm a whore. Which is
I
far
mean, you
from
had
the
like 20, no?
I have 2.
I thought you had 3. Alright.
No.
Okay.
Cunt. Either way.
No, we all know you have 20. We all know you have 20.
My brother has 13.
Which brother?
7.
Huh. And he's how old?
Hey, Devin.
You don't know your brother's age?
How old are you, Devin? He's not responding. I think he's 16. I think
16?
I think he's 16.
He's younger than you and has like more
but he dates
than
him for,
5
like, a
times
week.
the amount of girlfriends you've
He
had.
dates him for like a week.
God. That's bad. See,
Mm.
I'm the kind of person to be like get into a serious relationship. Like I'm not
You've
a
only been in one relationship. I don't know what you're talking
yeah.
about.
Well, it's been going on for like literally 3 years. So yeah, I go into serious relationships. I don't do short. I don't do like short, non-serious relationships.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 I'm listening. All right, so
I could just
Halloween.
leave like right now.
So do you have any interesting stories about what happened in your life at certain points
Oh
during
yeah.
Halloween? I would like to hear.
Nothing like spooky, nothing out of the ordinary. But I do remember as a kid, I would always go down trick or treating in the same neighborhoods every year. And every year I would not allow us to stop trick or treating until we went to the scary lady's house. That's what we called
What?
her, the scary lady. And
That's offensive.
she would have like decorations all around her house. And every year she would have this tiny little doll with glowing eyes playing little music like ooh, ooh, ooh," or something like that. I can't remember, but it was like you could hear it and you're like, oh, the spooky lady's near. and and you would go up to her door, you would say trick or treat, and she would come out in her own little costume, like really well made, creepy costume, and she would give you these candy things with like plastic hands, basically, just stuffed with candy bars. And she would always like spice it up. Like one year I went with my friend, and we said trick or treat, and she went trick. And so to get our candy, my friend and I had to like do some sort of trick. And
The
and
fuck?
another time his sister was with us another time, and I was telling her like, oh yeah, we go to this scary lady every year. And and his sister had a fear of mice.
God damn it.
She had a little like robotic mice that just kind of went around all over the place and scared his sister. And as we were leaving, his sister went, "Scary lady was right." Oh,
I
good
never
times.
had that because I don't know if I've ever told you guys, but I lived in a small town called Roundup, Montana. And when I mean this town is small, I mean 7-year-old me could walk across the town in one day. So that would just show how small this town was. Um Either way, trick or treating consisted of going to the poor neighborhoods or going to the rich neighborhood, the one rich neighborhood over by the governor house, or by the, I don't even know where it was by. Either way, go to the rich house and then proceed to go to the poor neighborhood house by our place. And so you're echoing.
Mm,
Turn your audio down just a little.
I'm turning it down.
Okay, thank you. And so then
How much?
uh, uh
How much?
I can hear it.
Mm, that's a problem. How much
Your
do you want to
headset
bet
might not.
that neighborhood you're talking about grew since? Like how much do you think?
Drew? Huh?
How much do you think that your town grew?
None.
No houses being built, no
No.
jobs being
The
made
town was just
since
stagnant since ever since I lived there, and it's still stagnant now. Town was
rough
shit.
town.
Either way, so yeah, our trick or treating would consist of going to the civic center Halloween day for the costume thing, or they always had this like party, and in it you could do like, actually it was like a carnival, and so like
Mm.
there'd be games you could play for candy. There was the costume contest. And
Oh, that reminds me.
there was this thing where you could pay a certain number of tickets to have a sheriff put someone in jail for 15 minutes. And so that was a really cool concept because I would be like, hey, I'm going to give you a bunch of these. Go put the guy in the werewolf mask in jail. And you had to comply. So if you were just walking around and the sheriff came up with cuffs and was like, get in the fucking bag, you got in the fucking bag. So then you would go to jail. And of course, the jail also had like delinquents in it because that's where they also put the bad people. And so either way, the costume contest, which I almost won every year because my costumes were on point most of the time. One year, I went as a chemical fire survivor, and I wore, I wore a giant white hazmat suit, and then the side of the hazmat suit and the side of my face going down to the neck was all burned and melted to my skin with the hazmat suit ingrained in it, and there's blood and charcoal and suit all over me.
Like legitimately, or just like
No, I
costume wise?
actually fucking melted my skin onto the. It was latex. I was a big latex nerd. I really liked latex art. So I would get like my whole side of my face down to my neck and chest. And it was just all black, like not black, but like bright red, burned, like really good burn. And then you would see like the parts where the hazmat suit was burned into the skin with an actual like lighter and stuff. And then the suit itself was covered in blood and dust. It was a really good costume. I don't
Jeez.
know. I can text my mom to see if I have
At
any
what
pictures.
cost?
At what cost? 3 hours of my time. That's what.
Well, you said you burned it into your skin.
No, it took 3 hours to do it because what you had to do for those kind of projects was you had to first set up your latex itself, and then you had to do slight editing, and then a whole other mask of latex, a little bit more, and then finally you came in with the final stuff where you tore the skin, and then you added the blood and you added the black, and that took about
So
each.
basically, you did cosplay.
No, it wasn't cosplay. I didn't cosplay anything. I was a hazmat fire victim. I was a chemical
Cosplay.
plant victim.
You 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 did cosplay
Do you
when
want
you
to
were
die?
younger.
I'm gonna
Maybe
text.
I do.
I'm gonna text my ma and see if she has.
I remember. So, for anyone that doesn't know, my mother works in the military, and she has been for like 20 something years now, like probably reaching 30. Um, and in her office building, like they every Halloween they would have like haunted houses and little games littered throughout the entire building. And you could just go through all these, and after you did every haunted house, after you did every mini game, they would give you a piece of candy.
A
And this
piece
was
of
like,
candy.
and this
A
was like
single piece
in
of
the
candy.
well, maybe like
You get
sometimes some
half of a
like
granola bar.
yeah, but like they would like do this like earlier in the day. So like I would get off school early, go to her workplace, have all these things happen, and then I would go home and go trick or treating. It was the greatest. I remember one time, we had like I was able to go into like this whole room that they had like basically sealed out for this one activity, and they would give you like these fake guns and everything with like with flashlights on them, and you would walk in there and you'd get attacked by zombies, and you had to go like find some stuff, and you would like shoot all these people that are charging at you. It was the
That's cool. That's
greatest.
cool. It doesn't compare to the time the Halloween judges got locked in jail. Yeah, so that was going to be the prefix of my story, was that we were doing the costume contest for the hazmat costume. And yeah. We were sitting there, and the judges didn't show up, and some lady in cowboy costume comes up. So it appears that the judges have been locked in jail, and they need to wait 10 minutes before coming out. They're criminals. I'm like, bruh. Mama says we have to trick or treat in 5. What am I gonna do?
Oh my gosh, that's
So either
amazing.
way, yeah. These
Someone
Ultra
was getting
kids.
revenge.
Yeah, I won still though. I deleted those poor kids. Fucking Chucky for the 5th year in the row. Fucking zombie mask and Pennywise helmet. Fucking get out of here, nerd. I've got 4 hours of
I
makeup
just
on
like to
me.
imagine like the judges got like would come into the room, see all you guys like all dressed up, and and they would just go, "You win." Like the moment they walk in, just yeah, you win. There's no competition here.
I'm trying to find I asked my mom. I asked my ma where I would find these pictures. She's like, on my Facebook. I'm like, that's fucking helpful.
Oh.
So, but my mom's Facebook is like, it gets like 12 years old or some shit. She's got so many fucking pictures on here. It's on. She's got pictures of when we were children on here. So yeah, Ghost or someone locked up our judges, and but
That's
speaking of like
awesome.
haunted houses and stuff, we had a haunted house at the hospital every year, and it was
Oh
supposed to be the
no.
crown
Oh
moray of
no.
haunted houses.
I
Um,
hate that.
I went to it as a little kid, and I was dressed. So this was an actual cosplay I did. I was Hellboy. My favorite character of all time was Hellboy. So I wore like it was
That
the red
make
hand.
Why does that make sense?
Um, it was the red hand, like his big stone arm, and then followed by the fact that I had horns on my head and I wore like a coat, and then I had a red face mask. And like
You know,
I thought I was indestructible in that outfit.
the idea of doing cosplay has always interested me. Just like not necessarily just to have like the cosplayer to go show it off, but just for the artistic like part of it, like the creation of the item, you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
Anyways. Yeah, as a kid I was a scaredy cat.
I was
Like
not.
I couldn't go through any haunted house without crying.
Without crying. Bruh.
As a kid, as a like a
Mhm.
young kid.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, because
yeah. Sure,
now
Mister,
if I
having
was
a
to go
panic
through a
attack.
haunted now if I was to go through a haunted house, I would just pee myself. Okay.
I'm trying to find.
What are you looking for? Oh yeah, I remember
My
one
mom's had
year.
a Facebook account since 1997. Jesus Christ, mother.
I remember there was one year. This was in middle school. I think like 7th or 8th grade. I had uh a my costume was a like a skin suit of like a zombie that like was like all disfigured and like its jaw, like its mouth was just like half my face. and I remember it scaring a few people because I went to the Halloween dance and I would go around messing with people and okay,
You're gonna
my
have to put
dog's
that
being
dog
weird.
down.
Ragnar.
Ragnar.
I didn't name him.
Ragnar, destroyer of pizza.
Ragnar, come here. Come here. Come here.
Oh yeah, this is when I dressed up as a shitty clown. Yay.
Um, but I remember at one point, I had sat next to the door and acted like I was a prop, and I was waiting for like the perfect opportunity to reach out and grab someone and scare the absolute crap out of them. But I just felt like I never had a good enough opportunity, so I never got round to it. And like I got so upset because someone broke the costume.
What? Someone
As I was
abused your
sitting there,
skin
they
suit.
broke off my teeth and I no longer looked scary. And so I was so upset because I didn't get to scare anyone because I just didn't feel like I had a good opportunity, even though I had like the best opportunities ever. I was so disappointed in myself.
Bro, that is such an
And
emo photo of my brother. What the fuck? Alright, keep going.
same dance, same costume. There was a haunted house area that I like. Again, I was a scaredy cat, and so I didn't want to go to it, but eventually, like my friends had convinced me to do it, and this was a skin suit, mind you, so it was hard to see through naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Going into this dark room, I literally didn't see anything, and I had to hold on to the person in front of me as like I have no idea what is happening around me, and at one point I noticed like someone like had jumped out to try and scare me and like yelled at me and like got in my face. And I just looked at him with this blank stare because I couldn't see him, so he didn't scare me. Just,
Okay, I
just
found
wanted to
one
know.
photo of it, but it was in a group photo, and I know more photos of it exist. It was like I found a timeline photo of which it's like 3 years ago this happened, and it's that Halloween picture. So that means I have 3 years of pictures to scroll through.
I think I still have that skin suit.
Weird. You probably still
I,
fit it, wouldn't you? You fucking weirdo.
no, dude. When
Uh
I was like freshman year, I was like half my size.
that's what they all say.
I was the same size for almost like most of my years, basically. And then like sophomore year, I just like
Ew, what
suddenly
the
just went.
fuck? Sorry, I was looking at my dumbass costumes that I've thought of before. For one of my costumes, I took the same hazmat suit and just put a fucking scary clown mask on it. So original, it's not even funny.
Yeah,
Wait,
you
that means I'm
just
getting
kind
somewhere. Yes, I found it, but the fuck?
of. Is it not as good as you remember?
No, the fucking dumbass the dumbass mask gets in the way. How do I save this picture? I can't save this picture. I'm gonna have to take a screenshot of it.
Aren't you
Yoink.
in her gallery?
I'm in my mom's gallery. Shut up.
So if you're not, if you're in her gallery, then it's already saved.
No, in my mom's Facebook gallery.
Okay.
So I also had
That
a
makes
mask
sense.
that paired with the costume. I don't know where I found the mask. I just had it. I think I found it
We're not
while
gonna have
going
we're not
dumpster
gonna have
diving.
time for our third topic, by the way. No, we don't.
Oh, so speaking of like haunted houses and stuff like that, I was actually part of a haunted house once. But
Oh,
the year I did it, I was Chucky, of course. Um but I had the mask, which kind of was really disfiguring because it was like made of like styrofoam. And so,
no.
but I also had the ability of actually having good knees, so I could crouch down to like a toddler size and crawl around like a
Oh,
little
good knees.
fucking ninja and a
I miss
demon.
good. I miss good
You miss
knees.
good knees. I'm sitting here with my leg propped up straight because I can't keep it curved. You know how bad my knee is?
I mean, your knees are worse than mine, but mine are still
I'm so
pretty bad.
old.
I can't go upstairs without being in pain. I can't sit up out of a chair without being in pain.
Just need exercise.
You look so unhappy in
It's because
that picture.
I was so into the costume. I was like, yeah.
You just look like you legitimately had someone's blood squirted on your face, and you're just like, and they're just like picture.
You can't tell, but there's a lot of latex on my body at that moment.
You seem just so upset.
I probably was upset. I'd been sitting still for 3 hours straight as a fucking a child version of my ADD. Fucking. So, I probably did enjoy it. Either way, I was Chucky for it was basically it was such a weird haunted house because it wasn't even a haunted house. It was a haunted maze, but the maze was like 2 feet tall. Like we would be twice as tall as the maze, but you would walk around and like things would jump out from the thing. And so all I did was just crawl around and fucking scare people.
Hold on 1 second.
So while we're waiting for Seth, we're going to talk about today's sponsor, me. That's right. If you click the link in the description, you can go to my channel and my Discord and say hi to me personally and call me a bitch. Should ya? I don't know. But it's there. So, just hit the link in the description. Now. Wait. Wait now. Now we wait for Jabberjaws.
Hi, I'm back. I'm sorry.
I plugged my channel like a shameful man.
Hey, by the way, guys, if you want to join the official Carcass
I
Gaming
already did
YouTube
it.
Discord channel, yes, it's getting
Hmm.
busy around here. I just heard my dad say, "Do we need to kill the main power?" So if I just disappear randomly, I'm
Oh my god.
um. Yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Chucky,
Yeah,
and two
so
feet
the
high.
maze had like shortcuts and shit, so I would scare a couple, and then I would run around a shortcut and just show up again, and they'd be like, "What the fuck?" But at one point, this girl was like, "What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?" Like all cute and
Chucky.
stuff, like she was trying to get my name, and I'm just sitting there silently like, "Bruh." I was like, "The exit's over there. Please leave me alone. I am merely but a child.
What's your
I
name?
have
Chucky.
I have no time for thoughts. I have time to spook." That was basically my thought process. Spook, no
There's another group
thoughts.
over there. Can't talk, must scare.
Must spook. I was probably the best spooker in that
You're like a
entire place.
like a spook addict. A
Everyone
spook
else was
addict.
like a teenager who begrudgingly agreed just so they could hang out with their friends, while I was there to spook. And boy, oh
Yeah,
boy,
I
did I
remember being that as a kid.
spook!
I remember like when I would go to my mom's office building, I would like hide places when people would come
See,
in,
I
and I
didn't
would
do
just
that. I thought that was
scare
an
them.
asshole move. I also got slapped by my dad once because of it. So,
I did that. I remember like I think I had to stay in a room for a while, and obviously kids try to find something to do, so I just like hid in a spot like for ages. It just would scare anyone that would come into the room. I remember actually this one was really recent, like only a few months ago.
hmm
Um
hmm
I had hadn't slept the entire night. And my mom gets up at like 4:30 or something like that. And when I heard her, like I decided I wanted to scare her. Um and my room at her place doesn't have a door. I have a curtain. And so it's really easy to reach out and grab her on the ankle if she was to walk by my curtain. And so my original plan was just to have her go to the fridge or something and get her there, but that would be too far away. And so I was sitting at my curtain for about 2 hours waiting for her to take her earphones out so she can hear me throw my keys onto the floor, and so she would come right next to my curtain, and it worked. And she's like, "That's weird," and went to put it back on the hook, and I reached out for my curtain and just grabbed her on the leg, and I scared the absolute crap out of her.
That's
in
how
my
you get fucking
I was in my
smacked.
pajama pants. I was in my pajama pants on my knees for about like an hour to 2 hours, and so my legs were just sweating on the back. I'm so cruel.
I one time, so I
Oh,
okay?
go
Did you
ahead.
get murdered?
No, I just remembered something else I did.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, I was so I lived in a two-story house that was definitely haunted. Story for another video. Um, and so I went downstairs because I was on the top floor, and my parents usually hanged out in the living room because it had the TV and they just like to chill in there. And so I came downstairs and my brother had a Grim Reaper costume at one point where you wore glasses and just above the glasses were glowing eyes that you can turn on.
Oh
So I
yes.
wore the glowing eyes as a flashlight to find the pizza. So I'm in the dining room, which is pitch black because I didn't want to turn on the lights. The lights are incredibly hard to turn on. So I'm in there getting my pizza, and I'm holding there, and my mom looks over, and I'm sure all she sees is a pair of red glowing eyes in the dark, and
Like a cat.
she screams her ass off. She looks at me and
Oh,
goes, "Ah!" Because it's just a pair of bright, big, glowing red eyes, fucking stealing the pizza. I was like, time to leave. I got my pizza. Time to go.
I just, I just met a demon that only wants my pizza. It reminds me of you telling me about and you could cut this out if you don't want this in the podcast, but the time where you had a knife for every family member stored under your pillow.
We don't know why I did that.
Only young you knows.
I don't even think young me knows.
But there was one time also very recently where I went to scare my mother. And if you don't know, you can connect your phone's YouTube up to the TV, to certain TVs, and you can actually turn on your TV when you're connecting to the TV. If you've ever seen the movie Poltergeist, spoilers, because I was all the way in my room just lying down, and my mom, like, it was all pitch black out, like my mom was just going to bed and everything, and I go to my phone and I look up a static screen on YouTube, and I connect to the TV. It turns on the TV, and the static screen goes off. Next thing I hear, my mom's walking out of her room, and she's just like trying to figure out what's going on. She's like, Seth? And I don't say anything, and she's like kind of starting to freak out, and she's like, what the heck? Like, what is and I just hear her like turn off the TV and put the remote down, and she goes back to her room, and I go back and I connect up to the TV again. And the static screen goes off again. Next thing I hear, she's going into the living room. I hear the boards creaking, and she just goes up to the power strip and just just pulls out the power cord. She's like, I am not having any of this. And I almost guarantee you her thought process was, if this goes off again. I was proud of myself. She did not suspect a thing.
That's always
good spook. Good spook.
good spook.
Come here, ready.
Yeah, so my town was pretty small, and so trick-or-treating was always interesting. I never got to do it. Well, actually, I haven't been able to go trick-or-treating alone up until recently. 16. Cause
look at this dude trick-or-treating at 16.
Oh no, you're talking about that's free candy.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Free candy.
I won't be doing it this year because I'll be party. I'll probably be working, but
yeah. Well, you were working when you were 16 too, so.
Well, yeah, but the Cinemark doesn't show anything. They did. I didn't work that night.
Oh my god, these dogs! Shut up! Come here. Stop barking.
Call him an asshole.
Can't do that.
Hey dog, you're an asshole.
Here, Ragnar. Listen to my friend.
You're an asshole. You're insignificant.
Oh no. You're the most significant puppy here. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I was lucky to have such memories with Halloween as a child. Like Scary Lady.
Like Scary Lady.
I'm sure if I was to go to her house now, she would be like the least scary person I've ever met.
Like, hey, dearie. How's it going? Stabs you. Welcome to Halloween, bitch! You're a ghost now.
You're not a little kid, so I need to up my stakes when scaring you.
Stabs herself.
I need to up my stakes. He pulls out a stake. And I feel like I'm gonna get banned for that pun. Silence. Silent frustration is the best frustration when it comes to puns.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. Um. So scary movie. Speaking of which, on Halloween thoughts. What's the scariest movie you've ever seen?
I've never really watched scary movies because I was always a wimp when it came to horror. That being
Baby.
that being said, there was a time when I was really young. So young that like you don't even really retain what's happening in a movie. Um, and my sister was talking to my mom about how she watched the movie The Ring with her friend. And I had no idea how scary this movie was supposed to be. And and so I asked to watch it with my sister, and I was told repeatedly, no, 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 no. It's scary, it's scary, it's scary. You're gonna get nightmares, you're gonna freak out, it's too scary for you. I did not listen. And and so eventually one night my sister decided to watch The Ring and I decided to join her and I made it all about probably about the intro.
Oh my god. We.
Like after like the screen was like going like doing the white screen thing and then like person gets killed. I was so scared that gave me nightmares. I was probably like 6 or something. I don't know. I was young.
I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that many scary movies because I had stuff that were just. Um,
I've
I
just
did when I
never been
get
a horror
older.
person. I've never understood putting myself through that torture.
I watched 47 meters down on Caged, which gave me anxiety. Um,
Can you hear that?
yeah, it sounds like someone's trying to assemble a desk.
No, someone's banging underneath the house. Anyways,
Either way, spook. How do you think spook season is gonna go now with the coronavirus? Like trick or treating
people are
and
gonna
shit.
hate it. People are gonna be so upset because
What
it's
are they
not
gonna
gonna.
do?
We're not gonna be doing trick or treating, and so many parents are gonna be so upset with their kids not being able to go, or that, or they're just not gonna listen, and they're gonna be like, "Nope, we're trick or treating," and we're gonna have a lot more cases.
If Sal doesn't send me $200 in 12 minutes, everyone on this plane will be tonight's big loser. Yes.
What?
Yes.
What? Where did that come from?
I'm iFunny right now.
Get off my funny.
Fine.
We're doing something.
Personally, I don't know what they're gonna do. They've been thinking of alternatives. Smells like vanilla so bad in my room right now. Why? Like it's
There goes the
overrated. It's so
ADD.
strong.
There goes the ADD.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I say slingshot.
You say slingshot?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means exactly what it means. Trick or treat, dunk. Timmy,
Correct.
aim! This one's got an Among Us costume. Hit him hard. Oh, he's a
Aim
pickle Rick. Hit him even harder.
and fire. It's like my video.
Get the trebuchet.
Aim and fire. Oh, you
Yeah,
jerk.
it's like don't fire, aiming, don't fire, don't fire, don't fire, don't
Don't you
fire,
dare
don't do
fire.
it, don't do it. Firing.
Fire. No, there was nothing in there because
Oh yeah,
I
there's no. I was like, what the? Huh?
I took out the cannonball, and you realized it immediately.
And then I proceeded to fire again.
Yeah. Why does Mango keep joining the podcast for like 2
He's not
seconds?
supposed to be here. Get stay out.
Drag him in. We're gonna scold him.
I'm not gonna scald him.
Drag him in here. We're gonna scold him. We're gonna peer pressure him into speaking.
That's not how that works.
This is pressure for his crime. This is his punishment for his crimes.
Why do I have a keychain that just shows the map of Helena? Huh?
ADDDDD.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Halloween.
Yes, it's exciting.
It's honestly, I'm happy that I don't have to worry about the confusion of what we're gonna do this year.
Yeah, I'm just gonna break into someone's house and scare them and call it good.
But if like younger me was to have to go through this, like elementary school me, I would have been like heartbroken.
But like, where'd the candy at? Hey, now
I
I
want free
see.
candy.
I have another form of trick or treating. It's called Halloween 2, in which I go to Walmart and I buy all of the candy at discounted prices, and then I die of diabetes.
Halloween 2, everyone. That's what we're doing for
That's what
Halloween
I
this
do.
year.
I just do
That's what we're
Halloween
doing
2,
for
where I
Halloween
just
this year.
fucking
We're
buy
just
all.
doing Halloween 2. We're
Well,
all dying of
it's
diabetes.
also Rita's Mortes, if I'm correct.
Puerto, isn't it like what was it? Puerto
It's like
Mierda? No,
Puerto Motre. Give me a second.
Puerto Mierdes.
Mexico. It's the Day of the Dead.
Well, I know what that means. I just like I'm trying to remember how it's pronounced.
It starts October 31st and it ends November 2nd.
How do you pronounce it?
I'm not telling you, mainly because I forgot.
You make me want to slap someone.
Google is just not telling me what it's called. Oh, Dia de Muertos. Jesus Christ.
Say that again.
Dia de Muertos. Or Muertos. Muertos. Hold on. Google. Pronounce this.
Send me text. Send me stuff.
Google.
This podcast has come from like organized to
Shut up.
this conjecture.
We're still talking about Halloween stuff.
We had two extra topics, by the way, and now we're not doing those.
Día de Muertos.
Dia de Muertos. Muertos.
Día de Muertos.
Dia de Muertos. This is the Day of the Dead. Either way.
Minotaurs.
Shut up! I'm gonna say you're a bitch in Spanish.
It's Oh, I know how to say that. It's. Oh, I'm forgetting it right now.
Eres una pera.
Yeah, pero. That's it.
Stupid pera.
Yeah. And stupid is pendejo.
No.
Yes.
Stupid is tonto. Oh no, stupid is estupido.
No, it's either pendejo or cabrón.
Cabron is something you say to a friend. Cabron, how's it going? It's tonto. Not tonto, it's tonto.
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 No.
I'm looking at
Tonto.
the translation right now.
Yeah, from Google Translate, really?
Yes, the one who helped translate the. Uh-oh. The Helena sticker on my keychain just fell off to reveal a cross. Cursed. Trash.
Dumb.
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 Yeah.
Dumb.
Dumb.
Google Translate is
Dumb.
not exactly accurate.
Dumb.
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 Tonta.
Tonta.
Tonto.
Tonto.
I'll drive over to your house and smack you.
You're hot in Spanish. Estás caliente.
Estás caliente.
Oh, hell.
Weren't we supposed to be talking about Halloween?
You a sexy mama. Eres una mama sexy.
See,
Eres una
here's the
mamá
problem,
sexy.
guys. Orcas usually starts his videos, starts his podcasts with a clear idea, clear organization in mind, and he slowly just degrades into
Cállate,
nonsense.
perra.
Cállate, perra.
He just starts saying the most random, disconjectured
Cállate, perra.
stuff I've ever heard. That's not
Cállate,
the
perra. Cállate, perra. Do you have anything you do, like a certain tradition you do on Halloween?
Pumpkin carving.
Oh, fucking no shit. Try
Not
again.
not everyone does pumpkin
What do
carving.
you mean not everyone does pumpkin carving?
Not everyone does pumpkin carving.
That's fucking horseshit.
It's not. People just don't do it. I remember it was like 2 years ago. I made like my carving was of a wolf in the moonlight, and I was at my dad's Halloween day, and the pumpkin was at my mom's. And when I went to my mother's after Halloween, apparently, as someone who went trick or treating, like my mom also had one. She didn't. The person that was trick or treating didn't even really compliment my mom. She was just like, I really like that wolf one.
There's 300 million people in the United States, and only 100 million of them carve pumpkins. This is horseshit. I'm done. Episode over. Shut up. All right. Do you have any other traditions?
God, what traditions have I not broke yet? Well, it's like I don't trick or treat anymore.
No, traditions are something you used to do at a regulated time. If you break a tradition,
is
that
something
doesn't.
you always do.
No, well, yes, but also you can still think about the ones you've forgotten about and grown out of. Fucking, I still don't fucking wear my diapers when I go to sleep, and that used to be a tradition. Fucking, apparently you do.
What?
Yeah, we're on the fucking breaking traditions idea here.
Do I need to call you a Nazi again?
No. Shut up. Answer the question.
Confirmed? Confirmed?
Shut the fuck up. Answer
See,
the goddamn
you
question.
Z. You're even
Z is for Zealand. I'm Irish.
You're not Irish.
Yes, I am. I'm half Irish, half Hispanic. Well, actually, I'm more 25% Irish and 50% Mexican.
You're not Irish.
I have Irish in me. Why do
Yeah,
you think I talk in an Irish
I
accent?
technically have Scottish in me. That doesn't make me Scottish.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'd rather identify as an Irishman than you fucking Scots. Fucking bunch of wee lankers. Fuck out of here, you fucks.
That term is, I'm pretty sure, not an Irish term.
I called you a lanker for one.
Yeah, that's an Australian term. I
Shut
think.
up.
You're
Ire, wanna, air, shut you.
Have you ever heard of the term uncultured swine?
You ever heard the term of getting banned on a Discord server?
Have
Do you
you
want me to
ever heard of
introduce you
joining
to
the
it?
official Broccoli Gaming
Have you ever
Discord
heard of
channel?
joining the official Broccoli game? If you join the official Broccoli Gaming server, your spook will go up 100%.
If you join the official Broccoli Gaming Discord channel, you too can constantly get threatened to be banned.
Yes.
Every day.
Are you gonna answer the question now?
What?
Traditions you do on Halloween.
Oh. I used to
Say the N-word.
my family and I used to like get some like fast food. When I liked McDonald's, I despise McDonald's now. I haven't had it in years. But when I did, we would always get that, and then we would drive up to my grandparents' house before we went trick or treating. What I got.
So in Roundup, we had this whole thing where you'd walk down Main Street, and it was kind of like a carnival. We always did that. We'd also eat hot dog fingers. Those were pretty good because the church always had free hot dogs.
What are hot dog fingers?
They're hot dogs with
What fingers?
ketchup at the end of them. Therefore,
Ugh.
they are hot dog fingers.
Ew.
Now they're basically just hot dogs.
They have just ketchup only at the end of it? Ew.
Well, if you wanted the hot dog fingers, but most people just got a regular hot dog.
Yeah, that's nasty.
It's not
Why would
nasty.
you?
It was like a little bit of ketchup,
I don't
like a
like.
dot.
I don't like just straight up bland normal hot dog. Like that's just.
My God, if you were a spice, you would be flour. That's how plain you are. Jesus.
If we're a spice, I'd be flour. Can you not even like bump me up to like vinegar?
No, you're flour. You're incredibly plain. I'm over here like fucking.
Oh, you're stone.
I'm over here looking like a fucking Alpine Touch. Fucking.
No, you're
seasoning.
stone. You're just.
Stone
straight
isn't
up
a seasoning, dumbass.
I don't care. You're still stone.
Stone.
It can be a seasoning. Just sprinkle a
With
little
time.
sprinkle a little rock chunk on your
Ah, yes, a rock.
Mother.
Thank you for the earth.
This tastes like floor.
The floor looks like floor.
This hot dog floor is made out of hot dog floor.
Hot dogs made of hot dog.
But
we would also have like a dinner in which we would have scary themed food. So like one day we had foot loaf.
Footloaf? What is footloaf?
It's meatloaf in the shape of a foot. I don't know what to tell you. That's all it was. It was meatloaf in the shape of a foot. A custom SMG.
Get off of iFunny!
No, I'm not on iFunny. I'm on Loot Cord. Look what I got.
Get off of Loot Cord! Stop
I just
gambling!
got a custom SMG.
Stop gambling!
Oh, fuck you. I just got an SMG.
Swear to God.
Oh, it uses pistol bullets. I don't have that.
An SMG uses pistol? That doesn't make sense.
You know what an SMG is?
Submachine gun?
Small machine gun.
Submachine gun?
No, it's submachine gun, which means subsonic rounds, which means a smaller round. It's supposed to be quiet
Okay,
and
but not
quick.
pistol rounds.
Yes, most SMGs use 45 to 9mm bullets.
Hmm.
There are some handguns that shoot a bigger bullet than most SMGs.
The funny thing is, it's true.
What ammo does a custom SMG use? It usually uses... This is rust. Are you fucking kidding me?
Seems like Google's getting a bit
Rusty.
The Thompson machine gun, which is the most known SMG,
I like how you just
uses...
completely ignored my pun.
Shut up. Uses a... Didn't tell me what bullet it uses. It was used by everybody.
We're not talking about the Vietnam War anymore.
We're not talking about Vietnam War. We're talking about bullet types.
We're not talking about war anymore, Marcus. We're not talking about weapons of war anymore. That was our first.
Most common.
I say as he ignores me.
Bullet.
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 Bullet. Oh, I'm gonna go down to the street and go to the bullet.
I'm gonna get to the bullet.
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 Let's
Dog
go
did not
down
like that.
to the streets and go to the bullet. Get out of the bullet, you uncultured.
Yeah, see, the prefix sub is because it's a design concept as an automatic firearm with apparently much inferior firepower. So meaning it's like an AK-47, but it does not shoot AK-47 bullet. Either way, the SMGs use handgun bullets, so...
We're talking about Halloween, not SMGs.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, look.
Don't make me create feedback.
Yeah, see? They use 45s. I think Uzis use 45s as well. I want a Thompson so bad.
I want to smack you so bad.
You know how cool Thompson machine? Nah, the MP7. No, I'm joking. No, the Thompson's where it's at. The Thompson was my favorite gun ever. No, the AK-47 is still my favorite gun.
People are gonna start clicking off now because you're.
We've been ranting about the same topic about Halloween.
You've been ranting
Fine,
about
I'll Google spooky guns and talk about them.
SMG when literally this is going to be titled Halloween.
An AC-130 cost $46 million. That's a pretty spooky fact. Why is it when I looked up spooky guns, I get the AC-130?
Why is it when I look up disappointment, I get Carcass Gaming?
Spooky gunship. The spooky gunship is still the Lockheed AC-130.
I'm about to just leave.
Okay. Halloween. Halloween.
How long have we been going for?
Hallows Eves of Eve, yeah.
How long have we been
Scary
going
games. What's your favorite scary game you played?
for? Phasmophobia.
Yay.
That's like the only scary game I've really played other than Cry of Fear.
Cry of Fear. What is that?
You don't remember Cry of Fear?
Give me a second.
That's the game we had to take our firewall down.
Oh yeah, the firewall game. It has a 4.9 on Google. What? For a game that requires you to remove your fucking firewall, it sure is pretty. It sure has a pretty good rating.
Well, you don't need to remove it if you're doing it single player.
It's so low res though. It's not even a good style game. It looks so bad.
You were the one that was like pumped to play it.
I was pumped to play it because it said multiplayer. Now that we have Phasmophobia, fuck Cry of Fear.
Yeah, Phasmophobia is like the only horror game I've ever like
Phasmophobia
really
is
played.
so
The
much
only
fun.
horror game I've ever played other than those two is years ago when I was into Minecraft. I played like one horror map that wasn't even scary, but still scared me to death.
Um, Risk of Rain 2 got their 1.0 update, which bothers me on so many.
I thought we were talking about scary games.
I'm going through Steam. I was opening up my Steam so that I could pull up my scary games that I've played. I played Dark Fracture, which was pretty good. Deceit. Have you ever
My
played Deceit?
ears.
Have you ever played Deceit?
I don't even know what Deceit is.
So Deceit is a multiplayer imposter based game basically, in which you start the game with, I think it's like 6 people, or no, I think it's 8 people, and 2 of those 8 people are infected with a disease, and like throughout the level you're waiting for a timer to go down, and you're collecting fuses to get well, actually there's 2 phases. There's phase 1 where you just go around collecting loot, getting guns and stuff, and then there's phase 2, which has the blackout phase. And during the blackout phase, the infected can turn into monsters and kill you. And during the blackout phase, you have to find the fuses and restart the generator. Once the generator starts, then becomes the final phase of the level, which is the gas phase, in which the level will be gassed unless you reach. It will be gassed in like 30 seconds, and you have 30 seconds to get to the fucking the exit into the next area, and you do this 3 times trying to determine who the 2 infected people are, because during the blackout phase you have no idea who's the infected because everything goes dark and you can't find anybody. And the infected have to like eat blood bags to keep their health, and so that they can turn into the creature manually when the night comes. And that's like a good way to figure out who's infected and stuff like that, and then you can down people and vote them out. It's pretty good.
It, isn't GTFO considered a horror game?
Yes, GTFO is considered a horror game. I have played 69.5 hours. I no longer need to play this game anymore.
We should get back to it at some point. Yeah, I would say GTFO and Phasmophobia is a pretty close tie.
Whoa, what the fuck was that? Whoa! I was on the community page for GTFO and there's a bug.
Yeah, I would say close tie between GTFO and that, because for completely different reasons. Like one is actually
Yeah.
scary and like and the other one is just fun. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Phasmophobia is fun, but like not in the way GTFO is.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, actually, wait. I'm gonna have to. No, I didn't. I'm not agreeing with you here. Did you say GTFO is better? Wait, hold on. Say that.
No,
Say
I'm
what you just
saying
said
like
again.
they're like like it's I like they're pretty close tie.
No, they're
Like,
not.
yeah, like I like them both for very different reasons.
They're both very different games.
Yes, very different.
Yeah. So you saying that like
They're both horror
GTFO
games,
is.
though, and your
Yes,
question
they are
was,
both
what
horror
was
games.
your question was, what is your favorite horror game? And I would say it's a close tie between GTFO and Phasmophobia.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that like GTFO was better than Phasmophobia. Like, no, you're comparing the wrong thing here.
No.
GTFO and Phasmophobia are 2 completely different games.
Oh, for sure. Other than that, I don't think I've really played any horror games.
Really?
Duck Season I've played. I wouldn't say that's my favorite though.
Played Duck Season? I've kind of been meaning to play that, but then again, I kind of know all the spoilers, so it's like,
Yeah, I played it after I already knew everything, so it's just like, eh. Uh, what else do I got in here? I need to fix LA Noir. That game was fun.
Fix. What did you do to it?
It just stopped working for me, and I couldn't play it anymore.
Wait, Life is Beautiful, the prologue is actually a really good game, and I'm probably gonna buy it.
Life is Beautiful prologue.
It's not a
Never heard
horror
of that.
game, it's a game about suicide and stuff like that, but it was really cool when I played the prologue. So I'll probably stream it when it
I've
comes
never heard
out.
of it.
There's a prologue if you want to try it that's really good. That kind of gets you into what the game will be like. SCP Secret Laboratory! I would play this, but it crashed.
Oh, I played Don't Knock twice. That game was awful.
Don't Knock Twice. I feel like that's very familiar.
It's such. It was lame.
Ah, yes, The Grounding. Such a good game.
Riders of Icarus. That was a game I found how many years ago?
Five Nights at Freddy's. I played a few FNAF
No,
games.
it wasn't 2017. I found this game called Riders of Icarus like when I had first ever like touched a Steam. Like
I played
that
FNAF.
game was garbage.
I played FNAF, Fazbear, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, and then I also played a bunch of FNAF games, so I have played those. You want to know what's a real horror game though?
Phasmophobia.
Cooking Simulator.
What?
Cooking Simulator.
Why is that?
Because I have an achievement for breaking 10 plates.
You said you were a good cook.
There's a difference between cooking in that god-awful game and in real life. I don't know what you're trying to get at here, but it's not what you think.
I'm sorry. You went to put salt with what was it, your fish, and you just dumped sugar.
Okay, that is because I have bad eyes. Alright?
I literally
Shut up.
texted in chat and in Discord, and I think I even texted you, and waited like 10 minutes. And you never found out until Celestine spoke up.
Because I don't listen to you. Dead by Daylight. I played that. I'm actually really good at being the killer, and it's creepy.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one.
I am
I wouldn't say it's
absurdly
my
good at
favorite,
being
though.
the killer in Dead by Daylight.
I wouldn't say Dead by Daylight is my favorite, though.
It's fun. I play Left
It's
4
fun.
Dead, which are good games.
Until Dawn?
I never played
Not
Until Dawn.
my favorite. It's neat. I like it.
I played 7
Not
Days
my
to Die, which is pretty good.
You played what?
7 Days to Die, but that's not really a horror game.
No, that's not. That's not.
But you know what it is?
I mean, there's scary
true
moments, but it's
horror
not.
game.
What?
You know what really, really scares me?
Huh.
Subnautica.
Now that
I might do a stream where I hook up my Oculus Link and play Subnautica in it.
That might just take the cake for the.
I might do a stream where I hook up my VR headset, and play Subnautica in VR.
Dude, so I was getting Subnautica suggestions in my YouTube feed, and I got this guy who was like saying like the different kinds of players in Subnautica, and
Seth!
one of his bits was the hardcore like player, and he's just like obviously making a complete joke and exaggeration, and he's like, all right guys, so in this video we're going to be going on hardcore mode and finishing the game without ever surfacing. We're gonna be using like the air bubbles and and watching that, I was legitimately like, now I have to get some Nautica and do this. Yeah.
It's 3:34.
I gotta run.
Thank you all so much for watching. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to end it now because we both have work. And so with that in mind, thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Links in the description. Bye-bye.